sa inyong lahat! Nandito na ang inyong Tutor FEB para sa panibagong collection! You are all welcome to join me as we explore the music of Africa. But before that, let me read to you a quotation from Sarah Dessen. Here it goes. Music is the greatest unifier, an incredible force, something that people who differ on everything and anything else can have in common. That's from her book Just Listen, United States, Viking 2006. You know, this quote speaks of the way how Africans consider their music. They believe that music unites us all, and also the spiritual world. Music is indeed a part of their life. And we will be exploring the music of Africa and how it developed into the music of the dances today. We will also discover their indigenous instruments. But before you dive into the exhilarating lessons of African music, I want you to recall your experiences regarding their music. Let me start with these questions. Have you watched The Lion King? You know, I have a favorite part there, and it goes like this. I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. Yeah, that's it. How about the Madagascar? Do you like to move it? Or have you listened to the 2010 FIFA World Cup music entitled Waving Flag by Kanan? Maybe you encountered these songs at some point. You might say that Africa is a place with jungles, wild animals, deserts, a blazingly hot place. But Africa is one of the oldest in history. African music is one of the earliest in time. Music has been a vital part of the lives of Africans. It is present at birth, during marriage, in death, and in war. Music was usually performed with dancing, especially when they have social gatherings. African music is one of the most influential styles of music in the world. Their music is highly energetic and rhythmically challenging. You will notice that in their jazz, gospel, and spiritual, and R&B. The music of Africa is a product of the musical heritage of more than 50 countries. For some, African music is viewed as a form of entertainment. But African traditional music is functional in nature. Here are some types of African music. Afrobeat. It is a term used to describe the fusion of West African and Black American music. Afrobeat. Akpala. It is a musical genre from Nigeria in the Yoruba tribal style to wake up the worshippers after fasting in the Muslim holy feast of Ramadan. Akpala. Axe. It is a popular musical genre from Salvador, Bahia, and Brazil. It fuses the Afro-Caribbean styles of marcha, reggae, and calypso. Axe. Jit. It is a hard and fast percussive Zimbabwean dance music played on drums with guitar accompaniment influenced by mbira bass guitar styles. Jit. Jive. It is a popular South African music featuring a lively and uninhibited variation of the jitterbug, a form of swing dance. Jive. Juju. It is a popular musical style from Nigeria that relies on the traditional Yoruba rhythms. A drum kit, keyboard, pedal steel guitar, and accordion are used along with the talking drum or the traditional dun dun. Kwasa kwasa. It is a musical style that began in Zaire in the late 1980s, popularized by Kanda Bongo Man. In this style, the hips move back and forth, and moving along with the hips is the arms. Kwasa kwasa. Marabi. It is a South African jazz, three-chord township music of the 1930s and the 1960s, which evolved into the African jazz. It is characterized by simple chords, varying vamping patterns, and repetitive harmony over an extended period. Vocal forms of African music. We have maracatu. It is the combination of strong rhythms of African percussion instruments and the Portuguese melodies. This form of music is being paraded along the streets by up to 100 participants. Blues. It is one of the most widely performed musical forms of the late 19th century. The melodies of blues are expressive and soulful. The slaves and their descendants used to sing this as they worked in the fields. Soul. It is a popular music genre of the 1950s and 1960s, which originated in the African American community. Throughout the US, it combines elements of African American gospel music, rhythm and blues, and jazz. Spiritual. It originated in the United States and created by African American slaves. It is also known as Negro spiritual. It became a means of imparting Christian values and a way of venting their hardships as slaves. Call and response. It is likened to a question and answer sequence in human communication. The slaves used to sing these songs while simultaneously doing their work in a day. Musical instruments of Africa. We will classify them according to how they produce sound. Idiophones. Idiophone sound is produced by the vibration of the body of the instrument. We have a go-go. A go-go is a single bell or multiple bells and is considered as the oldest samba instrument based on West African Yoruba single or double bells. It has the highest pitch of any of the bateria instruments. Shekere. It is a type of gourd and shell megaphone from West Africa, consisting of a dried gourd with beads woven into a net covering the gourd. Shekere. Flit, or the log drum. It is a hollow percussion instrument. Although known as a drum, it is not a true drum but is an idiophone. It is usually carved or constructed from bamboo or wood into a box with one or more slits on top. Slit. A tingtingkon. It is a hollowed cylinder of wood with a narrow longitudinal opening or slit whose edges are struck to produce a deep, sonorous tone. They are considered to be portraits of their ancestors, so that when played, it is the voices of the awakened ancestors which resonate from the interior chamber. Balafon. It is a kind of wooden xylophone or percussion idiophone which plays melodic tunes. It has been played in the region since the 1300s. In the 16th century, it became a real art of the royal court of Sikaso or Mali and was flourishing under the reign of a generous king. Next, we have membranophones. Membranophones. Sound is produced by the vibration of a tightly stretched membrane. Body percussion. It refers to African music using their bodies as instruments. Their body can be used to produce sound by clapping their hands, slapping their thighs, pounding their upper arms or chests, or shuffling their feet. Wearing of rattles or bells in their wrists, ankles, arms, and waists enhances their emotional response. Talking drum. It is used to send messages to announce births, deaths, marriages, sporting events, dances, initiations, or war. It is believed that the drums can carry direct messages to the spirits after the death of a loved one. Zambay. The West African zambay is one of the best African drums. It is shaped like a large goblet and played with bare hands. The body is carved from a hollow trunk and is covered with goat skin. We have lamellaphone. This sound produced by vibration of tongues of metal, wood, or other material. Mbira. The kalimba or thumb piano. It is a set of plucked tines or keys mounted on a soundboard. It is being played by holding the instrument in the hands and playing the tines with the use of the thumbs. They use this instrument to drive away evil spirits because they believe it was a vector of communication with ancestors and spirits. Array Tambira. It is a handcrafted instrument with a unique harp or bell-like sound. It is a popular traditional instrument of the Shona people in Zimbabwe. It is a radical redesign of the African mbira, and it consists of 150 metal tines attached to a wooden board comprising up to 5 octaves. Array mbira. Cordophones. These are produced by the vibration of string or strings that are attached between fixed points. Musical bow. The musical bow is the ancestor of all string instruments. It is the oldest and one of the most widely used string instruments of Africa. It consists of a single string attached to each end of a curved stick, similar to a bow and arrow. Zeze. The zeze is an African fiddle played with a bow, a small wooden stick, or plucked with the fingers. It has 1 or 2 strings made of steel or bicycle brake wire. It is from sub-Saharan Africa. Aerophones. This is produced through the vibration of air. Fulani. It is a type of flute which is widely used throughout Africa, and either vertical or side-blown. They are usually fashioned from a single tube, closed at one end, and blown like a bottle. Fulani. Kudu horn. It is made from the horn of the kudu antelope. Its sounds releases a mellow and warm sound that adds a unique African accent to their music. And that's a wrap for today. This has been your tutor Feb, your fabulous music tutor. Don't forget to keep yourself safe and always remember that music makes the world a better place.